my fans! Welcome to the world of Deena Safari. The Book of Speculation by Erika Swyler. I hope that's how you say her name. It seems right, just based on the way it's spelled. It starts with this young guy named Simon, and he is probably 28, 29. He's a librarian at the ocean, basically, in New York. And he ends up getting this book. This total rando dude from, like, Iowa, I think, sends him this book. It's like this old book from the 18th century. And he's like, hey, I found your grandmother's name in here, so I thought you might be interested in this book. At traveling carnivals, the owners would have a book, keep a log book, I guess, kind of like a captain's log. How much they paid people, new acts, like places they traveled, all that kind of stuff. They kept a log of that. So that's what this is circus that his family was in. It takes Russian folklore and it kind of like spins it into real life. His house is about to fall off of the cliff, basically. It's like really old. So it's about to fall off a cliff. He has no money. He loses his job. He's just having a rough time. Okay. Then he finds out that basically his family is cursed. His mother drowned. She worked in the circus and his mother drowned. And her mother did the same thing, worked in the circus and she drowned, and her mother did the same. So it's like 4 or 5 generations of women and his family drown. They're called human mermaids, and so they can hold their breath for like 10 minutes underwater. So it's like, you know, it's a skill. And but anyway, they end up drowning. Swimming in my grandmother's pool every summer. You know, the pool float tubes that would break. We always like cut them in half and then slide our bodies into them and be like, like swim around thinking that they're like tails because our legs would be like in the tube. The main character, he can hold his breath like 10 minutes. I remember we used to do like the same pool. We used to time ourselves, you know, be like, okay, let's hold our breath and see how long we can do it. And I'm pretty sure that I could only do like 3 to 4 minutes. That was tops. Okay, nobody need to be drowning. We were little mermaids. We would always sing Part of Your World from The Little Mermaid. So this kind of like, it kind of stirred up some warm feelings, even though it kind of has a dark like undertone. There's a lot of dark stuff in this story. I mean, basically you're talking about suicide and drowning. So considering the darkness, you know, undertone there, undertow, he has a sister who's younger than him. He's like, oh my God, I gotta save my sister because they always drown on July 24th. It's like every time. Freaking out this whole time, like trying to figure out like what is going on, how he can stop this, if they're really cursed and what he can do. So he's doing a lot of research and stuff, and it's actually pretty interesting to me. I really enjoy that. Flipping back and forth between times. So you would have one story going on and then you'd be really invested in it, and then you switch over to the other story and you almost forgot what was happening. So it's a very tricky way to write, and she has done an amazing job. In the present day, she writes first person present tense, which is pretty good. Obviously in the past, it is third person past tense. Yeah. I love the story. I love the twisting and the turning of the folklore. That was really cool. She really drew me in personally as a reader. If you were looking for a magical realism story that is very interesting because it takes place, you know, in the present and the past. If you like the carnival stuff, like circus stuff, like old, you know, tragedies and curses and stuff like that, this is definitely a book you need to check out because it's full of it. It is very interesting. I had an idea of how things were going to turn out, and they didn't actually turn out that way, which was awesome because like I thought it was going to go a different way. The author did an exceptional job, I think, of writing this book. She did a really good job, and I let her know on Twitter. So anyway, if that's what you're looking for, then definitely check out The Book of Speculation by Erika Swyler. Swyler. It's actually really good. So anyway.